sat in a blow-up paddling pool that was like on offer outside a massive Asda. What the was I doing? And it also made me feel hard. The abuse was another level. He actually burped. What are we doing? What's going on here?
Joe.
You're going to get your lid done again?
Good start. Great start. Is that staying in?
That's staying in.
That's staying in. Okay, Joe. Finally got the guy we always wanted. Welcome to Hits Different. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Am I applauding myself?
You were applauding
I'm
yourself.
applauding myself.
We are at Paddle for All, Eastbourne, which is a wonderful establishment.
I know.
Joe, this is a very special episode on Hits Different. We're going to reflect on 16 years of friendship and being teammates. I mean, you being one of my best friends. Am I one of your best friends?
Yeah.
Genuinely? So this is going to be called Our Journey. The glory, the heartache, the tears, the retirements, the comebacks, the setbacks. But we've got 13 pictures to tell the story. This is picture number 1. So let's wind it back to 2010.
It's good to know that I've always had teeth. It's good to know that it's not just that I've always had teeth. That's
You've
good.
got time and money to fix them now, don't you?
Look at my chin, mate.
Mate,
I think that was the last time you could see my chin.
I haven't seen your chin for.
Well, that's why I have a beard,
years.
because I don't have it. I have a chin that's small.
You actually look really cute there.
Oh,
You're really cute.
that's sweet.
So 2010, you entered Harlequin's first team.
Yeah.
Can you remember what it was like to go from academy boy to first team member?
One of my only memories that I have of that time was going to do the team photo shoot.
Yeah.
And it was in this shirt, I think, or it's the alternative. Remember when we got on a double decker to go to London?
We did, yeah.
And we had to go round and have different photos, and some boys, or the elite boys, got picked to go on the
London Eye.
London Eye. And
Did you
then-
not go on that?
No, the rest of us were sort of just on the bridge
Yeah.
and all that lot. Walking around fully kitted in this rugby jersey, just the streets of London, thinking, wow, this is cool, but also really weird.
Yeah.
Is this part and parcel of being a rugby player?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. And then all these different names that are in it, but I was still kind of like, well, I just felt really out of place.
Really?
And I was still trying to find my footing.
Picture number 2.
Oh, wow. Let's describe it. This was the Amlin Cup final, was it?
It was.
So
2011.
the second tier of Europe. But as you can see, I've got Martin Johnson type finger strapping.
You do, don't you?
And that started early on when Will Skinner was playing, and he used to tape his fingers a lot.
Because he couldn't catch.
That was a big part of
He
it.
could not catch. Sorry,
It's
Skins.
good to see that.
Couldn't
Anyway,
catch.
early doors, I was like, oh, so I started copying him to
Oh, you copied Skins?
to take the mickey.
Right.
So I'd take my fingers and then round the changing room just be like, oh, look at these, like thingy. But then it became a bit of a superstition.
Yeah.
And also Martin Johnson used to do it because it looks hard.
Yeah.
And it also made me feel hard because it felt like I had knuckle dusters on.
You do look hard.
And now I look at it and I go, what the was I doing?
And for those that don't remember, just relay how we won that game.
Hassel's charge gun. It's the game on top to Marler. And now Danica. He's so much pace care. Oh, Danica puts the chip through to win the cup. And it's Camacho who gets the try.
So we're winning. We thought we'd won it, but then we had the scrum. We were getting drilled in the scrum.
Yes, we were.
In hindsight, you know, you look back at it. Michael Checker had a right to be annoyed.
It should have been a pen.
Should have been a pen, but the Irish, I think it was, who was it? It was one of the
It was an
Irishmen,
Irish
and I think
referee.
he was friends with Connor. I don't want to talk about corruption too much.
I don't think it was corruption, but to lift that first trophy, what did that feel like?
Oh,
as
it was amazing.
Yeah.
That was buzzing to get that early on in our career. Well, my career. I was buzzing. and then actually more buzzing for the night out. And the only recollection I have of that is being sat in a blow-up paddling pool
Yeah.
that was like on offer outside a massive Asda with Ollie Smith. Do you remember Ollie Smith?
Yeah.
He was absolutely steaming, sitting in this paddling pool. Like, had no
Amazing.
water in it, it was on offer.
Yeah.
They're blowing it up to thing, and that was like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Amazing.
I was like, wow, this is cool.
Great memory, mate. Right, picture number 3. This is iconic Marler for me.
Right.
The blonde mohawk Marler comes in. And this, I believe, is your England debut.
This is debut, yeah.
South Africa.
South Africa.
Memories of that, mate.
I remember being more scared about the initiation song
Yeah.
than actually my first cap.
What did you sing?
Adele, Someone Like You.
How did Joe Marler sing it?
Well, I actually put a lot of effort into learning the words,
Okay, yeah.
and when it came to it, I took it very seriously.
Yeah.
And usually most boys would sing, take the abuse from the back of the bus and all that lot, and then give up halfway. Like, oh, I've done enough, done my bit, oh, thank you, sit back down. I went, no, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
So even the abuse came, I kept going, and then it sort of simmered down, and I kept going. They were like, oh my God, he's doing the whole thing. So I did the whole thing.
Resilience.
That's what early resilience was shown. I also remember getting Johnny May, because he joined the tour late,
Yeah.
persuading him on a long bus journey back from one of the games. I went, it'd be really like cool to like get in amongst it if you got up and did Ice Ice Baby. He went, I haven't been capped yet. I went, that doesn't matter, mate. It doesn't matter, get up. So he did, started doing it. The abuse was another level. He was like, and then he sat back down,
For a
almost
non-capper.
like, why did you make me do that? I went, no, there's always a choice, mate. And I'm dying in the corner.
Okay, Joe. From England debut to... This is a picture of both of us.
Oh, nice.
Lifting the Premiership trophy
Yeah.
in 2012. Fresh
There's your
faces.
lid there.
Yeah, it's a
So
bit
thick.
fuller there, isn't it?
Full, but that was the high and tight days, wasn't it?
That was very high and very
Christ,
tight.
it was high.
So 2012.
How
so
good
you've,
was that,
You've
mate?
had the call up to England. You've played for England. Just before that, we'd lifted the trophy. So
Yeah.
you made your debut for England just after.
Just after
That
that.
high.
That high.
So what an amazing year 2012 must have felt for you.
2012 was mega, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't ever really look at it like that.
Okay. You can't.
When
though,
you're in it, you don't really. This is the first time I'm actually sitting back, going through all of this, and going, oh yeah, remember when that happened? Or because
did
you
all
don't
right,
when you're in
didn't
it, you forget about. You don't think about it, do you? You're just like, wow, what's next then?
We wouldn't have been in the final if you hadn't scored that last minute
I know.
try in
And
the
the mental
semi-final.
thing is, I never got it down.
Did you not?
I never scored that. try.
Amazing. So this shouldn't have
This
happened.
should have happened.
Yes.
It's literally.
Makes it even better.
I never got it down.
Amazing.
And there's a little clip after it where you see me wink to the. I was winking to
Yeah.
people that was in the crowd when it came on the camera. When it came up with the TMO going, "Oh, it's a try," and I was like, "Yeah," and the wink was like, "It wasn't."
That is so good.
if it was today,
That is
the
so
scrutiny
good.
it would have
Oh,
been
it
put
wouldn't
under.
have-
It wouldn't have counted.
Amazing. We're going to fast forward 2 years to us both becoming fathers.
Oh,
So 2014, you became a dad first in March
March, yeah.
to Jasper, and then I had little Blake in
Little
October.
Blake. What a year!
What a year,
Hang on.
2014.
2014 was an incredible year, but do you remember rooming together in New Zealand? We went on that
Yeah.
New Zealand tour.
I do remember that.
It was also a really year. That summer was dark because Jasper was only 4 months old,
Yeah.
and
How was that the first time being away, like just becoming a dad and then?
well, that was the thing. That's why I look back at it as a regret, because I didn't think twice about jumping on a plane to New Zealand to continue my pursuit of top end rugby.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, hang on, I've just had my first child and I've left. We weren't married at the time, but I've left Daisy on her own. And I remember having a really time. Although we nearly beat New Zealand that first test.
We should have won.
Should have won it if it wasn't for Johnny May box kicking it in our 22 straight into the centre of the
There's a
field.
theme of Johnny May here, isn't it? Ruining things. Johnny.
I remember in that summer, like how buzzing, because you had Blake on the way.
Yeah.
And it was also like, oh, what's this like? And I was kind of like, I became
You were the
sort of old, not the old, you know when.
You were like
in
the
relationship.
seer. I was
The
asking.
seer.
Is it the seer?
The seer.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Did you ever burp, like, if you just lean in a little bit? Do you remember this one?
Go on.
Did you ever, like,
Oh yeah.
have like that, and then it would be you holding their chin when they're sitting on your thing?
Yeah.
Just sit on my knee. Just,
How would you burp me?
I'd sit him up.
Yeah.
And then lean his body weight. You've got to be a bit more floppy. Oh, not that floppy. Right. And like you'd hold on to the chin.
Yeah.
And you'd be rubbing, and then you'd like have to sort of rub a little bit hard, wouldn't you? He actually burps.
It works. The technique works. Oh mate. But here's you in the red England shirt. 2015
Oh
World
God,
Cup.
get rid of that, mate.
Yeah.
Just get rid of that one.
Just 10 years on, mate. I've had my say of what I think went wrong. What initial?
Have you? What did you say?
I think cooping us up at Pennyhill Park for
that was
4
bad.
months was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Flogging us in Denver so bad that we couldn't even train because no.
We'd
one could
already
catch the
been
ball.
like away for so long, away from families and all that, like, and cooped up in Denver, and then to see other people of that group bring their own family out.
Yeah.
When we were stuck playing crazy golf somewhere and the security couldn't pick us up because they'd had to go pick their family up. That was part. That's not why we were. It's not why we lost the World Cup, mate, or bombed out of it. But
it didn't help, did it?
it didn't help. The
Our
fact
prep was terrible.
prep was bad. A lot of it just didn't work. For one, it was loads of things that culminated in that thing, and I, to be honest with you, played a big part in the failure of it because there was a big push from Wales. It started in the Wales lead up to my scrummaging.
Right.
They started putting out in the press that my scrummaging was illegal.
Right.
And like Gatland did a good job actually to be like, right, I'm going to put. He always used to be very good at that. Like he'd single out
put
Dylan
it in the referee's
and put it
heads
in
a
the
bit.
thing and throw a couple of grenades out there. And it started a bit of a circus around it. And I remember the journos coming in and Graham Roundtree taking them through a scrum seminar.
Wow.
And there's a picture or a little clip of Leonard Probyn and someone more, Brian Moore, binding up at a scrum machine, and I'm in the gym looking down on this happening out on the 3G bit, like, on all the journos around, and Wig's like trying to explain the mechanics of scrums and all that stuff. I get real insight to it all, but I'm like, this is before a World Cup game, and we're sort of adding fuel to the fire that's sort of being directed at me and my illegal scrummaging, and I'm like, what are we doing? What's going on here?
Why are you drawing more attention to this illegal
And
activity?
lo and behold, then personally, I was like,
and then did you get done in the game? For
yeah,
some
and then I was
scrum
double, like guessing myself rather than just going out there and doing what I do. And then it carried on into the Australia test, where I got my ass handed to me by an Australian scrum, which is usually renowned for being cack.
Yep.
And I remember Roman Poit turning around and saying, one more penalty, you're getting yellow carded.
Wow. I mean, I sat in the stands for all those games.
Except for
the big one.
the big one,
Uruguay.
for the North. You did it for the North.
Boy, did we restore some pride up north.
Yeah, we did.